much for having me out here today. Thanks to all of you guys from coming in from all over the country for this great event. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. As long as I can remember, I wanted to be a rock star. I was going to be wildly successful at something. There were a few things holding me back, though. Can't sing, can't dance, can't play a musical instrument. Okay, I wasn't going to let that hold me back. I was going to find something. So when it finally was time for me to go off to college, I said, you know what? I'm going to be a doctor. How hard can that be? That sounds like rock star. What do? I'm a doctor. So I went off to the family alma mater. For those of you not from Texas, find someone who is from Texas and they will explain that later on. I am just very proud to say that no matter where I speak in this world, there is always a whoop for Texas A&M. Again, it's a long story. I heard one down here. Went off to A&M, managed to change my major and my living arrangements every semester so my parents could figure out exactly what kind of rock star I was going to be. Then I went to a party in Bryan. Now, Bryan is like the bigger city next door to College Station. And a DJ from Bryan came to a college party. Now, let's face it, when a DJ from Bryan comes to a college party in College Station, that was like the biggest star I'd ever met. And I wanted to go out with this guy. And he was making fun of the new student radio station, daring people to audition. So I did. I thought, well, if I audition for the radio station, he'll ask me out. He never asked me out, but for the next 22 years, I was on the radio. And by the way, that's the part where I used to say, and I don't have any idea what happened to Jeff Lowe. I'm here to tell you that if you're 82 years old, I don't care. Your old boyfriend will find you on Facebook. Hey, I hear you were talking about me at a speech today. Sure enough, it was him. But the minute I sat down and put on those headphones, I knew I was home. I knew I had found my passion. I would work 24/7. I would sweep floors. I think they gave me a full-time job at the radio station just so I would go away every once in a while. I would file records. For those of you under 30, they're about this big. Here, I'll show you a picture. That's what they look like. Every once in a while they skip. That's kind of like your iPod losing power. But that was a record. I would do anything it took to be at the radio station. And for the next 22 years, it's what I did. And I had a great ride. And I had the opportunity to be around some of the biggest rock stars of all time. Mick Jagger, the Rolling Stones, Van Halen, Sammy Hagar, ZZ Top, Def Leppard. And I really started to watch these bands. And I noticed they all had something in common. And since that time, through my entire career, radio, television, business, I've noticed that the rock stars in any business share these 4 rock star principles. The first one is passion. You've got to follow your passion. Let's face it, you're not going to always sell a concert ticket. The record you record is not going to always be a hit. You've got to follow that passion. But what makes successful people successful is they also follow the passions of others. I knew my fans loved rock and roll, they loved rock bands, they loved rock stars, they loved rock stories. I'm from Houston, Texas. We love our hometown. I could talk about Houston, Texas. All right, Houston. It's a lot cooler and less humid here, though. Yay, St. Paul. So I followed the passions, and that's what you guys do. You don't sell trips. You don't book plane tickets. You sell passion. I love rock and roll, I love speaking, and I love to travel.